This World Series is probably going to go down as one of the most excruciating losses we've seen, probably across any sports. And we've had some bad ones in recent memory. Of course, the Falcons blowing the 28-3 lead. That is going to go down as one of the worst losses ever, probably of all time. The other Patriots win in the Super Bowl, the Malcolm Butler interception. As a Seahawks fan, I can tell you that was a pretty excruciating loss. I refuse to show any footage or talk about it further. But this Blue Jays loss is probably going to be up there. And I would argue it's one of the most excruciating losses we've seen in baseball in a long time. Even the last Game 7 that went to an extra innings, that was the pretty famous 2016 World Series. Even that game, Chicago was the one that gave up the big game-tying home run, but they ended up winning the game after that. And so they were up for most of the game, gave up that home run to Rajai Davis, but then ended up still winning the World Series. For the Blue Jays, it was the opposite. They were the ones that were up, that had the advantage for looked like most of the series, and they still blew it. And it's not just the fact that it was a Game 7, that it went to extra innings, but it's all the opportunities they had to clinch the World Series and just came up short. We could look back to the 18-inning game, tons of opportunities in that game to win. If they did, obviously the series would change, but that could have been the moment. Another what if, the double play to end Game 6, you could point to that moment as to where the Blue Jays lost it. And then everything that happened in Game 7. The Miguel Rojas home run in the 9th inning, when you're just 2 outs away from winning a World Series. The home plate force on the bottom of the 9th, literally inches away from winning a World Series. The Andy Pages catch right after that. We've all seen tons of examples of that ball dropping. That would have made the Blue Jays World Series champs. It was one of those all-time series if you were an impartial fan. But if you were a Blue Jays fan, this is one you're going to remember for a very long time, and not necessarily for the best of reasons.